Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a powerful, often invisible force that's reshaping the modern workplace. It's this whole process of what's called corporate de-skilling. Basically, what happens when a company takes an expert's unique genius and turns it into a playbook that, well, anyone can run.
Okay, so let's start with this simple idea. There was a time when being an absolute master of your craft meant something. It meant you had real leverage. You were the engineer who just got the system, or the designer who could see the flaw nobody else could.
And why did you have that leverage? Because the organization needed you, your specific, hard-won expertise. That wasn't something you could just find in a training manual. It was a critical asset, and that right there was your power.
So what changed, right? If you've ever felt like that sense of being indispensable is kind of fading away, well, you're not imagining things. And we're going to dig into exactly how and why that shift is happening.
All right, first up, how expertise gets captured. This whole thing kicks off with a really fundamental change in how organizations think about knowledge. It's all about moving it from inside a person's head and locking it down into a system.
We're talking about something called tacit knowledge. This is the good stuff, the judgment, the instinct you build up over years and years. It's the part of expertise you can't really write down in a neat little list. This is the art of the job, the gut feelings, the intuitive leaps. And that is a source of an expert's bargaining power, because you can't just copy and paste it.
So organizations systematically try to capture that art. First, they observe the experts and document that tacit knowledge. Then, they standardize everything into repeatable processes. From there, they build templates to guide decisions, and finally, they automate the execution wherever they can. They're literally building a machine designed to replicate the expert.
And what you're left with is this really stark transformation of work. What used to be an art, full of personal judgment and instinct, well, it becomes a workflow. It becomes about compliance and running through checklists. The whole focus shifts.
And this really says it all. You are allowed to execute, but not to reinterpret. Think about all the modern tools we use. The software, the project management dashboards. They're fantastic for ensuring consistency, but they also box experts in. They are literally designed to keep you on a predefined path.
Okay, but why would companies even want to do this? It's so important to understand this isn't some malicious plot. From the company's point of view, it's a completely rational strategy for survival.
You have to think of a big organization as a stability machine. Its number one job, its prime directive, is continuity. It needs to be predictable. It wants to survive long-term, no matter who quits or gets hired or retires. The system itself has to be more important than any one person in it.
And from the system's point of view, that's why the irreplaceable employee is actually a vulnerability. It's a bug, not a feature. Why? Because they can leave. They can negotiate for a bigger salary. They can resist changes you want to make. And if they walk out the door, a massive chunk of knowledge goes right with them. That is a huge risk. So look, the goal here isn't to get rid of talented people. Not at all. The goal is to make talent interchangeable. By breaking down these complex roles into documented, repeatable tasks, companies make sure that the whole operation keeps running smoothly, no matter who happens to be sitting in that chair.
But this relentless drive for stability and efficiency, it has a hidden cost. And that cost is paid by the individual worker. It's a trade-off that affects not just your leverage, but your whole sense of who you are at work.
It's like your creative space literally shrinks to fit the software interface you're forced to work in. The very tools that are supposed to empower us, the dashboards, the templates, they also build a fence around our work. They subtly define the boundaries of what's even possible.
And this leads to this quiet, creeping anxiety, this nagging question. If the system can run without my judgment, then what is my actual value here? Your identity starts to shift from being a master of a craft to just being a maintainer of a system designed ultimately to function perfectly well without you.
So this is the hidden trade-off, laid out plain and simple. It's a deal we make every single day, often without even thinking about it. You gain tools and speed, for sure, but you lose discretion and authorship, that feeling that this work is yours. You gain employment, but you lose your leverage.
So, what happens next? Well, if you think this process is already far along, hold on. This entire dynamic is about to get a massive shot of adrenaline from the next wave of technology.
Yep, artificial intelligence is set to amplify this entire process. And here's the most crucial thing to understand about AI. It doesn't need to take your job to completely change the power dynamic. It just needs to automate the key parts of it.
So how does AI change the game? Well, for one, it lowers the bar for expertise.
It provides good enough outputs for a lot of tasks. It can turn a complex judgment call into a simple assisted suggestion. And maybe most importantly, it shifts the expert from being an originator who creates from scratch to being a reviewer who just checks the machine's work.
Which brings us to the really uncomfortable but absolutely essential question this forces all of us to ask. If every single process you follow was written down, what unique value, what part of your true expertise would actually be left? Because at the end of the day, once your knowledge fits neatly into a dashboard, it doesn't really belong entirely to you anymore. The ultimate challenge, then, is to cultivate expertise that resists being put in a box, creative problem-solving, real human connection. Because, as we've seen, when the system gains permanence, it's often at the cost of your uniqueness.